What could happen if we tried to penetrate to the core of the planet Earth? Could our home become a lifeless planet, like Mars? The Earth's core is a giant generator. Thanks to it, the magnetic field envelops the Earth with an invisible blanket, protecting us from deadly cosmic radiation. Scientists warn that this generator may have reached the end of its life, as it has shown signs of cooling. The planet's heart beats more and more slowly, meaning that Earth may eventually become lifeless, like Mars. How can one penetrate to the core? Let's take an imaginary journey to the heart of the planet to answer the question, what's under our feet? Humans have managed to peer into the depths of the galaxy, sending space missions to the outskirts of the solar system, while 99% of our planet remains unexplored. And these 99% are under our feet. To get to the center of the Earth, you have to descend 6,500 kilometers down. At the moment, this distance seems insurmountable. The greatest depth to which speleologists descended is a little more than 1.5 kilometers. South Africa's steep gold mines go down for kilometers. It is hot there. The air heats up to 54 degrees Celsius. The deepest well is located on the Kola Peninsula in Russia, reaching a depth of 12 kilometers. However, compared to the thickness that separates us from the center of the planet, these mini wells look like microscopic punctures. The Earth is like an onion. It consists of many layers. Its surface is covered with a thin layer of stone several tens of kilometers thick. Beyond that extends the thickest layer, called the mantle. Its thickness is 2,900 kilometers. This layer consists of a putty-like substance. Below is a core the size of the moon. It consists of two layers. A liquid outer metal layer covering a dense inner core. Let's imagine that a hollow tunnel is dug from the surface of the Earth to its center. How long would it take a skydiver to reach the center of the Earth in free fall? Calculations show that this imaginary flight would take 32 hours. In 3-4 minutes, the paratrooper will reach the bottom of the deepest well that exists on the planet. In 20 minutes, it will reach the bottom of the first layer, the Earth's crust, which is 69 kilometers thick at its deepest point. In fact, a person who tried to descend to the center would die due to the unbearable heat and immense pressure. According to the latest data, the temperature in the center of the planet ranges from 5,000 to 6,500 degrees. Just like the surface of the sun, the pressure will simply destroy a man who dares to descend into the kingdom of Hades, because in the core is 3.5 million kilograms per square centimeter. Tap the layer, but how does one get to the core? Professor Dave Stevenson from the California Institute of Technology proposed an original idea worth $10 billion. He proposes to create a crack in the crust using an artificial earthquake with a magnitude of 7 on the Richter scale. Then the created crack should be filled with molten iron. This amount of iron would be enough to build 100 Eiffel Towers. Stevenson proposes to place a high-strength diamond probe in the molten iron. It will record data characterizing the Earth's interior layers and transmit it to the surface. A similar probe in liquid iron would reach the core in a week. The idea seems fantastic, but it is actually quite feasible. Earthquakes are the result of tectonic activity. The Earth's crust is not a solid piece of rock. It is divided into 8 main tectonic plates. They move slowly across the surface of the planet, pushed by forces coming from within. The plates are pressed against each other with colossal force. The stone has nowhere to go and eventually the surface bulges. New seismic studies have revealed what appears to be an underground mountain range near the core mantle boundary. The height of the ridge tops is much higher than the highest mountains on Earth. However, the significance of this ridge for our planet is still not clear. We know that the outer layer of the core, which is a liquid molten mixture of iron and nickel, is constantly circulating. The Earth's core rotates. It is this metal layer that creates the Earth's magnetic field. If there was no magnetic field, the solar winds would destroy us. However, it has been determined that over the past 150 years, the field has weakened by 10%. Because of this, astronauts working in orbit are exposed to high doses of cosmic radiation. If the field were to disappear completely, an epidemic of cancer caused by solar radiation would break out.